We got to move on. We know there's a number of games today, but before we get into those, you see our guy down here, Mr. North Sports Dynasty, Andrew Foobs, who's constantly going back and forth with our South Carolina fan in the group chat.
I saw the grin, and I was like, which one of them answered? I knew right away.
So we have to talk
all in
about
love
it,
too.
Oh, absolutely. But we got to talk about it. We see the shirt that's on your chest, and kudos to you for sticking with your guys. I know that a lot of people have come at it, but it's not just you. Florida State also has been going through the same struggle. So the state of Florida, man, like they talk about it. Norvell, Napier, both these guys just are having a hard time. You guys play Mississippi State. I think Florida State plays Cal today. Both desperate need of a victory.
Are favored.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I was like, no, thank you.
Really?
No, thank you.
Talk to us, man. Where do we go from here, man?
Anywhere. Anywhere. So I've thought about this. So I've joked about this just in general. As a sports guy myself, and I'm not here to brag because I cheer for teams that have won championships. My Gators have won championships, my Red Wings, the Cardinals, my Bucks. Like, to me now, it becomes like you can wait 20 years ish, but you need to see something.
Yeah.
I got to see my Gators in the heyday when I was very youthful, way before I should have even got to enjoy. I got to enjoy seeing the knee on the ground. I didn't realize how much snow was going through Florida around that time, if you know what I mean. I didn't realize how much
Not just snow,
murder.
lots.
Like, I was unaware of the things that happened.
Yeah.
That also being said, it's almost as if Florida wanted to change face here. It's almost as if Florida State wanted to change face here a little bit too. That they've been perceived in this, Florida is all about the crime and the image of what we had, and because it worked, we have to do it again. But they decided to go the opposite. They decided to bring in Billy Napier, and they decided to bring in
Mike Norvell.
Thank you. They decided to bring Norvell in. And both have different ways of coaching, but at the same time, both don't necessarily allow that outside of the building stuff to really start affecting the team. And I'm not going to start sitting here and saying that I want that back, because that's wrong. I don't need to see the Georgia Bulldogs happen here with the speeding and the stuff happening. Though their stuff that's happening is very minute compared to what, say, we've done in the past or what Texas has done in the past.
Wait a minute, Andrew. Breaking report. A Georgia player just got arrested again. No.
There we go. Yeah, exactly. Now, what I want, though, is we're starting to see it in the NFL where these offensive-minded players and these defensive-minded head coaches and these defensive-minded head coaches are getting head coaching positions, and they're working because their schemes are a lot different, a little bit more complex than what it should be. And it's the swagger. It's allowing people to be who they are in this new day and age of football. And while the Florida Gators still do have that, they lack the what they call swag and the it boy stuff and all that other kind of crap you want to start talking. What we need is just for someone to come in there, realize what they have in Gainesville and what they have in, where does Florida State actually play?
Tallahassee.
Thank you. And what they have in Tallahassee, these are two pristine college programs that are being left out on some of these big deals now on television. You can't afford that. Yes. You got Alabama doing great. You got Michigan that just won a damn title against Washington. Against Washington. This year, you have a chance of something big happening where it's going to be like Ohio State versus Texas, which, by the way, who called that in the group chat? Anyway, the point is you need to have Florida and Florida State with head coaches, with the head guys pushing these guys to be a lot better, but allowing these players to be who they are. Anthony Richardson, which is now the face everybody wants to have in the NFL because of how big he is and the arm strength and the running capability. We only got to see on a small scale of that in Florida.
Yeah.
And then to top it all off, Jordan Travis did an amazing job, but because of an injury, became a 7th-round pick, and we're going to have to wait till Aaron Rodgers is done throwing absolutely immaculate passes in the NFL to see exactly what he can do.
Yeah,
so
and shoving his coach too.
That was I'm all for that. Let's not celebrate right now. Why are we celebrating game 2 or 3 or whatever? It's just like get
against
off
the lowly Patriots
and partway through the game, like
exactly. Exactly. I just want to see someone, like, if it was me, like, I'm going to start coaching next year. Like, I've got myself a job now. I've got myself in position where I can actually dedicate full time into coaching. And I'm going to be the type of coach that's allowing my players to be who they are, but to understand that every single one of you has abilities that can be brought to the team. And it is my job and my coordinator's jobs to figure out what those talents are and to utilize them in the play callings that we have. And that is what someone needs to do in Florida. No one utilized Anthony Richardson. No one's utilizing Eugene Wilson III right now. No one utilized Paschal. Ricky. No, Purcell. There we go.
Pearsall, yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. No one is utilizing the players that are still going to Florida. And do not ever allow those Hurricanes to come into my damn building again and say that crap to my recruits. That is not allowed.
That was rough. Yeah, that was rough.
Never to be allowed again. Fix that this year. Get Billy Sleepier out of my damn system and go get me some dude strong. Go get me Peter Blake, for crying out loud, and give him some snow up from Canada and watch him go 13-0 and win a bowl game.
Yeah. Wow. Woof. Woof. Hey,
I'm still calling it FSU gets Dion. I'm calling it. There's your big name for FSU.
So I think that's the question. I think that's the next question is it time for us for Florida State to move on from Norvell? And is it time for Florida to move on from Billy Napier?
Yes. Short
yes and yes.
Yeah.
I mean, Sean, if you remember back to the start of the shows last year, we were talking about when, not if, Norvell was getting fired.
Absolutely.
And then they have that one great year. Everyone suddenly wants to forget what happened the 3 years prior. Or 2-3 years prior, whatever it was. And you gave him the extension and everything. And, now our hands are tied. I'm sorry, did we just see what happened with Jimbo Fisher last year? Yeah. That was more money, actually, with the buyout than what Norvell will be.
Yeah.
So to me, I think Norvell's out the door.
They need to be,
because this 4-win season probably at best for Florida State the way they look right now.
This is the first time since 1995 that both teams have started off after 3 games with a losing record, and then, if I'm not mistaken, Florida is seeking. They're trying to avoid the first 1-3 start since 1986. I mean, you got something's got to change. Something absolutely has to change. And if they don't get W's today, it might be sooner than we think.
I bought this shirt like 3 weeks ago, and it was like $40-$50. And I was like, how this stuff is not on sale right now is ridiculous. But it's because I still love my Gators and I still got faith. I'm always going to love my Gators. But something's got to change here soon. I'm not paying right now to watch my college team right now. That's it. I'll watch the games that are available to me, and also the free links, because up here in Canada we can actually get away with a little bit more free links than you guys can down there. I'm not wasting my time on the Gators. I'm not watching them today. I gotta clean my house. There's other games that I can watch. Isn't North Carolina playing today? Like, I could watch them.
We don't need to talk about that. We're down 3 to JMU, and they got the daggone ball. Don't want to discuss it.
You know what?
It's early. It's early.
Before I put my Gators on,
listen, I understand that. I look, and hopefully we talk about Illinois and Nebraska being 2 teams that have gotten back to that spot, or we hope they're going back to that. These are 2 teams that we all have looked at and been like, Florida State, like, they're perennial powers. We forget about them. To have them struggling the way that they are this year, it's. I mean,
who cares about the rivalry bowl now? that happens this year. Like, who cares? Who cares?
Yeah.
It's gonna be rough, man. I don't know. But
Some
look,
people saying the game should be played on like Comedy Central, that kind of stuff.
Oh, God. Now up there, listen, Alex.
Woo. Oh man, but look,
I didn't say that. I said I saw that.